660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Hi. 866-660-5759. Elizabeth Warren is going nowhere. You know, the family story about the high cheekbones, meaning that they're obviously Native Americans. The Pocahontas. That isn't going to work. Not going to work. So she's going nowhere. Let's see who else is going nowhere. Joe Biden is going nowhere. He would be a disaster. So who's left?
Martin O'Malley.
Martin O'Malley, yeah. Yeah, but he's kind of in trouble now. So the question is, who's next? I know. We'll sick the Who's Next project on him. Isn't that great? Literally, the Democrats don't have anybody to run unless it's Hillary, and Hillary's imploding. How's that going to work? How can you knowingly elect someone that very few people believe is honest to the presidency of the United States? How can you make that happen? 866-660-5759, 866-660-5759. You're listening to the Wells Report. John Kerry, President of the United States. I'm going to go find a bucket. You're listening to the Wells Report.
Look, honey, this ad says we can get a new air conditioning unit for only $1,500.
That's incredible. Let's get it now.
There you go. Enjoy.
Wait, what?
You didn't think we'd install it for that price, did you?
There you go, folks. In this business, if it sounds too good to be true, well, then it probably is. I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning, and if you're tired of crazy gimmicks, give us a call. Our techs don't work on commission, and we don't do high-pressure sales. Right now, with Carrier's Cool Cash, you can save over $3,500 on a new Infinity system. Plus, you might also qualify for an additional $1,000 off from your utility provider. So call the other guys first, and then call Reliant Air Conditioning, and you'll see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437 or ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Are you suffering with hearing loss? Are you sick of people constantly complaining that your TV is too loud? Are you tired of asking people to speak up? Would you like to hear more clearly, but you don't want to wear a hearing aid that makes you look old? Then you need to try Listen Clear, a life-changing breakthrough precisely designed by top audio engineers to fit your ear almost invisibly. And you can adjust Listen Clear to find the perfect way to hear everything, wherever you are and whatever you're doing. And right now you can try Listen Clear absolutely risk-free with free shipping. We'll even give you free batteries for life. So call now, 1-800-661-2231. Listen Clear is lightweight and completely hassle-free, and it's practically invisible. Call for your 100% risk-free home trial with free shipping and free batteries for life. For free information, call now. 1-800-661-2231. That's 1-800-661-2231. 1-800-661-2231.
Every business trip starts with a choice. Stay or go. You can press send or press palms. Start a chat room or chat in an actual room. Just remember, this country wasn't built by folks waiting for opportunities to come to them. They went to their people and things got done. And if you're one of those business people, there's a range of choice hotels like Comfort Inn for every type of business trip.
Should I stay or should I go?
You always have a choice. Book now at choicehotels.com.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group on the NASDAQ as SALM, KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio. I'm Steve Rappaport.
The wind was carrying the rain straight sideways. It was raining so hard. We had to run inside.
A barrage of tornadoes tearing across the heartland.
We have these storms in Oklahoma, and we also are watching storms up across areas towards Nebraska. One tornado warning to the southwest of the Lincoln area just passed through Hebron and heading in that direction. So many areas tonight are going to watch this. We have the threat continuing for many of the same areas for the day tomorrow.
Fox News meteorologist Rick Reichmuth. National Guard troops sent to Baltimore following riots over the police custody death of Freddie Gray have left the city.
While the past few days have been some of our darkest,
we've also seen a resilience that sets Baltimore apart in times of crisis.
Mayor Stephanie Rawlings Blake. And Jenny's Splendid Ice Cream's destroying 265 tons of ice cream because of listeria in a production facility. Fox News. We report, you decide.
660 AM, The Answer.
If you're overwhelmed by debt and thinking about going to a credit counseling company for help, think again, because the majority of those companies actually work for the credit card companies, and they make the credit card companies a lot of money from people just like you. But there's another way out of debt, and it's not bankruptcy. A way to reduce your debts and save you thousands of dollars. Even better, you can find out how for free by calling 1-800-998-5539. At Freedom Debt Relief, we're not a credit counseling organization. We're not a debt consolidation company. We offer a unique alternative to save you the most money possible to resolve your debt in the shortest amount of time. If you're thinking about a credit counselor, ask yourself this: are they working for you or the credit card companies? Reduce your debts and save thousands of dollars by learning the secrets to settling your debt. For free information, call 1-800-998-5539. That's 1-800-998-5539. 1-800-998-5539.
The Good Contractors List is a free service designed to protect you. We meet all of our home service contractors face-to-face and feel so confident in our final choices that we back their work with a $10,000 guarantee. We go the extra mile in our interview process to make sure that the contractor is not only honest in quality, but able to offer the most affordable and fair rates. For instance, how do you pick who you call for air conditioning? Did you know that the air conditioning industry is commonly known for misdiagnosis and unneeded upselling? The higher their overhead, the more money they need to stay in business. So they flash tempting offers to get their foot in the door, and the sales game is on. The air conditioning companies we choose are simply stable and proven companies that offer the highest quality at fair and honest rates. And to protect you, they've all agreed to do an absolutely free second opinion if you're being told that you have to replace your air conditioning unit. If you need AC or any other type of home service, visit thegoodcontractorslist.com first.
Contractors List.
According to Forbes magazine, Saudi Arabia's Prince Al-Walid, with over $21 billion, is the 35th richest person in the world. Being a Saudi prince, you just naturally assume he inherited his money, which I'm sure is partly true. However, he made a lot of his money by investing in banking and financial services, hotels and hotel management companies, mass media, entertainment, retail, agriculture, petrochemicals, aviation technology, and real estate all over the world. He's making money off about anything people buy anywhere. You may not be a Saudi prince, but you can make money on about anything people buy almost anywhere by getting your free blue card. The Blue Card is a loyalty rewards card that not only gets you discounts on purchases, but up to 5% cash back on what you buy. If you refer someone to the Blue Card, you could earn money on what they buy. And if you refer the Blue Card to a business, you could earn on the purchases of anyone who uses the Blue Card in their store or almost anywhere. There's a billion reasons why you should call 800-685-7470 and get your free Blue Card. That's 800-685-7470.
Another hot Texas summer is upon us, and Mathis Air and Heat has a great offer for you right off the bat. With the American Standard All-Star Sales Event, Mathis Air is offering 100% financing and 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's 60 months on complete qualifying American Standard systems with approved credit or cash rebates. Mathis Air knows that's a home run, and with free estimates on equipment replacements, that's a grand slam. When it comes to service, call 972-279-4COOL for a $39 service call. Don't get thrown a curveball. Go with the company you can trust. As a certified customer care dealer, Mathis Air is about quality, honesty, and a great installation because that's what matters most. Special financing or rebates available on qualifying products. See Mathis Air and Heat, your independent American Standard dealer, for details. Or call 888-840-8084 for financing program details about credit costs. Offer expires June 30th, 2015. Make sure you're working with the best. Mathis Air and Heat. Call now, 972-279-4COOL. That's 972-279-4266.
People who can afford a LASIK procedure sure are lucky. Imagine being able to throw away your contacts and glasses. Imagine waking up tomorrow with 20/20 vision. Too bad everyone can't afford LASIK. Well, guess what? There's a company that agrees with you. The LASIK Vision Institute is now offering dramatically low prices on high-quality LASIK to make it affordable for everyone. That means you get the latest FDA-approved LASIK technology for a fraction of what others charge. And if you call right now, we'll schedule a free appointment so you can discover if LASIK is right for you. Results may vary. Call 1-800-700-1851. Even better, if you're one of the first 100 callers, Ask about an extra 20% discount off our already low-cost services. We've already performed over 1 million procedures. Let us help you. Discover how you can get the quality LASIK experience you deserve at a fraction of what others charge. For your free appointment, call 1-800-700-1851. 1-800-700-1851.
Our sister station, 94.9 KLTY and Interstate Batteries bring you Celebrate Freedom 25, the largest free concert event in America. Saturday, June 27th at South Fork Ranch. The biggest names in the industry will be performing your favorite songs, and this is our 25th anniversary. And we're not holding back. From names you grew up with to chart toppers who are the freshest acts in our industry, we've got it covered. From our sister station, 94.9 KLTY and Interstate Batteries.
660 AM. The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. How are you doing? 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. That is our telephone number. There is a huge issue that is currently being discussed in the hallowed halls of power in the National Football League. Yeah, apparently it has to do with flat balls. It seems as though there are people who believe that the world champions of football are they're saddled with flat balls. As a matter of fact, there is a usurper to the title of this broadcast that is attempting to, find some kind of unearned popularity by referring to the work that he's done to determine about the flatness of the balls from the New England Patriots that has usurped the name of this broadcast. That's right. They call whatever it is that he's come up with the Wells Report, obviously trying to steal fame from themselves from this incredibly popular radio broadcast. Apparently, there is a 243-page report on Deflategate. It stopped barely short of calling the Patriots star quarterback a cheater. It did, however, call some of his claims implausible, left little doubt that he had a role in having footballs deflated before New England's AFC title game against Indianapolis in January, and probably in previous games, although they don't know. In his report, attorney Ted Wells said the quarterback, quote, was at least generally aware of the plans to prepare the balls to his liking below the league-mandated minimum of 12.5 pounds per square inch. Wells said it was more probable than not that two Patriots employees, the officials' locker room attendant, Jim McNally, and the equipment assistant, John Jastrzemski, executed the plan. For his trouble, McNally asked for expensive shoes and signed footballs, jerseys, and cash. He brokered the deals over a series of salty text messages with Jastrzemski that portray Brady as a hard-to-please taskmaster. F Tom them red. For the biggest home game of the season, McNally came through taking the footballs from the officials' locker room into a bathroom before delivering them to the field, said the reporter. The footballs, measured by officials at halftime, somehow lost pressure between being tested by the referee and the break. As for Brady's claims, he did not know of the efforts to deflate game balls and didn't know anything about what McNally did. We found these claims not plausible and contradicted by other evidence. Are there going to be penalties? I don't know. League Executive Vice President of Football Operations Troy Vincent is reviewing the report and will hand down the punishment. Well, here are some things that I would say about this. First of all, why would the teams have anything to do with the footballs to begin with? That is a serious mistake. The baseballs used in Major League Baseball and every other baseball league anywhere in the world, anywhere, including Little League Baseball. It's mandated baseball, and you get them from the league, but not so much in the NFL. And yeah, footballs are prepared to the quarterback's liking. It's always been that way. Always. There are some other problems with this story, and I don't understand what's going on. I really don't. I don't get it, because three of the quarterbacks, three of the Colts in the AFC Championship game, three of the Colts balls were also underinflated. How are you gonna put anything? How are you gonna fine somebody or punish somebody for something that could clearly happen by accident if indeed the Colts didn't deflate those footballs? So I'm sitting here peacefully minding my own business, trying to figure out exactly what the NFL is going to do here. So it just so happens we have one of the most incredible sports personalities in the history of radio joining us. He's also the technical director of the Wells Report Orchestra, or the technical director of the broadcast and conductor of the Wells Report Orchestra, Magic Matt Swinney.
Hello.
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 Hello. So here's what I want to do. I want to ask you, since you know everything there is to know about this, shouldn't the NFL handle the footballs? Shouldn't they bring them to the game? Shouldn't they watch over them? Shouldn't they provide the footballs?
Yes, they should bring them to the referees that are assigned to the games.
Yeah.
And then let the referees take care of them. And they should not be property of the team. The teams, in this instance, it's Indianapolis and New England.
Right.
Neither team should have access to the balls. They should be from the commissioner of the league, have someone in charge of the footballs, and then give those to the officials. And the officials do not give them to the team until it's time for play.
Exactly. This is what I think is absolutely an absolute necessity. Now, let me ask you something else. In baseball, if a pitcher doesn't like a particular baseball, I've done this. You take the baseball, you wave it at the umpire, you throw it, and he'll give you another one. During the breaks, do you think the quarterback should be able to ask for the ball to be changed if there's a particular ball they don't want to deal with?
I think so.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
If it doesn't feel good, they should be able to. They need to bring enough footballs for that possible instance to happen.
See, it seems to me that what should happen is, first of all, the NFL should have complete control of all the footballs. Period. No team should be anywhere close to having the opportunity to be able to make this supposed cheating move. So this is on the league. This isn't on the teams. Teams are going to do whatever they have to do to win. And it's not just the New England Patriots. They happen to get caught. But then again, the Colts had 3 underinflated balls. I mean, sorry. So then you're in a situation where you look at all this and you say, okay, so every game has plenty of breaks. There's a commercial set between every changeover. Every single changeover. There's plenty of time for the quarterback to walk over to the ball and say, "Can you give me another ball, please?
This just doesn't feel good.
This one just doesn't feel good to me," and that's fine. And they should get another ball. And he should go over and check out the ball, maybe even throw it a couple of times before they come back from break. That's how they should handle it. So
I agree. And the ball boys that are there, the officials should be with the ball boy at all times. An official should be there. If they have to hire an alternate, they should be there at all times next to that ball boy. There's ball boys on each side, for each team.
Or the ball boys should be employed by the NFL.
Right.
In other words, the entire process should be handled by NFL personnel.
Yes.
Yes.
Because it's an NFL officiated league game.
All right. So So that takes care of the future. But what about the past? Do you fine New England?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think it would be stupid to fine New England. I think it'd be unnecessary. I think it's unnecessary and stupid. That's what I think. 866-660-5759, 866-660-5759. So now they're trying to figure out what to do. Former NFL executive Bill Polian, familiar with the league's crime and punishment procedures after spending 19 years on the competition committee, said the term that Wells used, more probable than not, has been the standard of proof in the NFL, has been used for competitive violations over the last 6 years. In short, he is finding there was a violation, but it's not going to hold up in court. Does it have to? Nah. In many ways, I think this report is important as the discipline. It clearly says a violation occurred. This offseason, the league has fined the Falcons $350,000 and stripped a fifth-round draft pick for pumping artificial crowd noise into the stadium during home games. That's why they were practicing. They're practicing, so you can't have artificial crowd noise, but you can have really loud rock and roll. Uh-huh. What if you use a rock and roll concert soundtrack that has people cheering? See, this is all just bogus crap. These guys, this is where the NFL gets in trouble. This is why the NFL, and forgive me, but it's true, this is why the NFL is not as popular as Major League Baseball. That's why. Not as popular as Major League Baseball because they keep doing this kangaroo court, make it up as you go along garbage. And they have to stop that. 866-660-5759, 866-660-5759. According to this article, by most any account, the rules violation is more serious. It involves arguably the league's top star, a four-time Super Bowl winner who is bound for the Hall of Fame, and its marquee team, one that has spent almost the last decade under the microscope after getting caught videotaping Spygate in 2007. They were videotaping a Jets practice. One sign of the real-world reaction, the gambling website Bovada took down all betting odds on the Patriots until it finds out whether Brady will be suspended. They're not going to suspend Tom Brady.
You mean the Golden Boy?
Yeah. They're not going to suspend Tom Brady. If they want to take away some draft picks, okay. If they want to fine the guys, okay. How much did they fine those guys for hitting their wives in the face? $25,000, right? So what's the fine for deflating footballs? Bigger or smaller than $25,000? Are you saying that the fine for deflating a football should be higher than the fine for hitting your wife in the face with your fist, knocking her out? 866-660-5759. Hey, Charlie, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, don't go anywhere because I have to do this break real fast. Okay.
I'll pay the bills.
Okay, got to pay the bills, and then we're going to come back and we're going to listen to you. Is that cool?
Very good. Thanks, JD.
Hey, have you ever had any IRS problems?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Have you ever thought about what you might do if you have an IRS problem?
No.
You know what? I have something that you should listen to then.
Is that the commercial that's about to come up?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, do you have a pencil and a piece of paper?
Sure, here, just a second.
Get a pencil and a piece of paper because I want you to write down this phone number. I'm going to ask you what it is during our call. I'm going to ask you what the phone number is during our call. Okay, so hang on.
I'm writing it down. Yep.
Okay, here we go. You're listening to the Wells Report. This is 660 AM, The Answer. Okay, so Charlie's not having trouble with the IRS. Never had any trouble with the IRS, but he's a careful guy. He's saying, Maybe if I have trouble with the IRS, I should know about Jim Matthews CPA. Yeah, Jim Matthews CPA. You know, if you have trouble with the IRS, it's hard to sleep at night. Jim Matthews CPA can help you. Jim has, he and I have had lunch. It was a great meeting. He's a great guy. He's somebody you can trust. He's got an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped a lot of taxpayers in Texas with all kinds of IRS issues. They are located in North Texas, a pleasant drive from wherever you are to where they are. They're experienced. They are results driven. In other words, they will do whatever it takes to get you out of trouble with the IRS and get you on with your life. Jim Matthews CPA Incorporated can be found at jimmatthewscpa.com. Charlie, are you ready to write here? Here's the telephone number, 972-613-3034. That's 972-613-3034. 972-613-3034. If you're having trouble with the IRS, if you're concerned that maybe you might have trouble with the IRS in the future, if you just want to be careful, you need to know about Jim Matthews CPA Incorporated. Visit jimmatthewscpa.com. Get your life back. Call 972-613-3034. Tell them you heard about it on the Wells Report.
Hi, this is Andy Tuttle, host of Tuttle Talk every Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer. We're in a real estate market where there's a lot of difficulty, but in difficulty, there's a lot of opportunity as well. Buying, selling, avoiding foreclosure, modifying your credit, all these things are so important to your livelihood. This show is dedicated to cutting through some of the big headlines that you see out there and teaching you how to win in any marketplace. Thank you for tuning in to Tuttle Talk every Sunday, 4 p.m. on 660 AM The Answer. I look forward to speaking with you.
If you're turning on the AC for the warm days of spring and it's just not working or not cooling the way it should, time to call Walker Air Conditioning. Hey, Mark Davis. My friends at Walker are a family business, but big enough to cover North Texas with reliable, honorable service for your AC units. No commission salesmen showing up. They're technicians sent to fix your problem at an affordable price. Oh, if it's time for a new unit, they've got all the best brands at all the best prices. But let Walker AC see what you need first with techs who know what they're doing from a company you can trust. 52 years in the business, stellar customer reviews, A+ from the Better Business Bureau, specialists in AC and refrigeration for homes and business. Got a wine cellar, a wine fridge? They'll fix yours or install a new one. Walker AC, making sure you are cool and comfortable. Walker Air Conditioning. Website is walkerac.com. That's walkerac.com. Phone number is 972-4-WALKER. 972-4-WALKER. WalkerAC.com.
Hi, folks. I'm Frank Manzeri, owner of Statewide Remodeling. You know, we've been getting some relief from what is usually the beginning of summer here in Texas. And right behind that, the temperature goes up, and so do your cooling bills. We manufacture our windows to beat the Texas heat. Our fiber core reinforced frames are 9 times stronger than other windows, and our glass has 27% more viewing area. We give you better than triple pane performance at a double pane price. Another thing that separates our window from all competitors is we can match our exterior frame to any color Sherwin-Williams offers. So no plain white windows here or 3 to 4 colors to choose from. And of course, we offer the longest warranty in the industry. It even covers glass breakage and workmanship for as long as you own your home. So if you're ready to see the window that sets the standard in Texas, give us a call. And if you decide it's the one for you, receive 20% off the complete job. The number to call is 888-270-7095. That's 888-270-7095. Or check us out online 24/7 at statewideremodeling.com.
This is Dan Tullis, and I just called Joel Clark, one of Select Quote Insurance Services' term life agents.
Hi, Mr. Tullis.
Joel, how does Select Quote save you money on term life insurance?
Well, buying term life insurance is all about choosing the right company. Let's say you take antidepressants or you smoke. All insurance companies are going to price that differently. We'll impartially shop all the companies we represent to find you the best price.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. I just got a man, 40 years old, on cholesterol medication, a $500,000 policy with a highly rated insurance company. His price, $22 a month.
Call 1-800-979-3269 and see how affordable term life insurance can be. That's 1-800-979-3269. 1-800-979-3269. Or go to selectquote.com. We shop, you save. Get full details on the example policy at selectco.com/commercials. Your price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Warning, whether you're retired or soon to be retired, listen up. Do not be caught in one or more of the 11 mistakes retirees make that could cost you all of your money. It doesn't matter how well off you are financially, you could make the easy mistake that washes away all of your financial security. Call Optimum Retirement Planning today at 866-882-5447 to make sure that you are not wasting your money. Call now and receive your free copy of the 11 biggest mistakes retirees make and how to avoid them. 866-882-5447.
660 AM, The Answer. The Wells Report, must-hear radio on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. So, Charlie, you with me, man?
I'm here.
Okay, what was the telephone number I gave during the Jim Matthews CPA ad?
Area code 972-613-3034.
You just made the promo. You're a hell of a man. Thank you very much.
You asked me to write it down, and I did.
Say what?
You asked me to write it down, and I did. So.
God bless you, man. That's so very cool. If it's good enough for Charlie, it's good enough for you. So let's talk a little bit about all this. What do you think about Deflategate? What do you think about all this? Tell me your thoughts.
Okay, well, in the interest of full disclosure, I'm a Notre Dame grad, and so with Tom Brady, I just wanted to throw it out there. It's nothing against him going to Michigan. But
now, wait a minute. How can you possibly say that? You guys are blood rivals from the get-go. I used to live in Detroit. I know what I'm talking about.
I want to say something, though, with Tom Brady. And I agree with what I've heard from y'all before and, like, what I was hearing in the news.
Sure.
Where, like, the NFL, with all the other sports and the balls are regulated, why not the NFL? But where I think that Tom Brady has some explaining to do is, at least from what I saw in the press conference and what I've heard throughout, is he was not honest. And it was, based on either things that he said or things that he knowingly admitted, and he wasn't honest. And when he was posed the question, I remember where it said, is Tom Brady a cheater? And he kind of does this kind of smile, grin thing. He's like, oh, I don't think so. You know what? He, especially at the level that he's at, I mean, come on. There's kids that look up to him. I mean, he's this hallmark player. I mean, like, if like we can't count on someone at that level to be honest. I mean,
here's what I think. Here's what I think. What I think on that particular case is all right. I hear you, but what's he going to say? I mean, is he going to say, am I a cheater? Yes, I'm a cheater. Well, then you have to determine, then you have to go back and you have to say, okay, if the league doesn't pay attention to the balls and they can be prepared to the quarterback's liking, all of which is true, and all the teams keep their own balls, then how can the NFL come back and say, my God, those people are disgusting because they've actually altered the way we want the balls?
JD, no, I agree with you there, but what I'm talking about is when posed with these questions.
Yes, but keep it in context. This is where, when you hear people say, oh, you're taking that out of context. You got to keep the context in it. All right, so he's standing there after the championship game. They measure the balls. They say, gosh, these balls seem a little soft. They measure them, and they are indeed deflated. Not just the New England Patriots balls, but also 3 of the Colts balls.
Right.
So now he's up in front of everybody. No investigation has been accomplished. It's the slack tide between the AFC Championship game and the Super Bowl. What's he supposed to say?
No, I don't envy. I didn't envy the position that he was in. But at the same time, him and Belichick, they were both saying that there's absolutely nothing here. He was like sneering Belichick, who normally doesn't give these press conferences. And he was like, kind of like giving this like indignation, like, how dare you kind of thing, like, I'm not even going to answer that. And it was kind of that false, I guess, like indignation or whatever, that faint. It was disingenuous.
Thanks, Charlie. I appreciate that. And I thank you for listening to the Wells Report. And thank you very much for writing down Jim Matthews' phone number. You're an amazing human being, and I love you. This is the Wells Report.
Have you been holding out for a good deal to replace your old AC system? Well, now there's a new program that's too good to pass up. I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. You've probably already heard that you can save over $3,500 on a new Infinity system with Carrier's Cool Cash, but did you know that for a limited time, you can also get an additional $1,000 off from your utility provider? That's right. And when you combine these two programs, we're talking saving over $4,500 on a brand new AC system that can cut your electric bill in half. But the utility funds are limited, and the program will end when the money runs out. So right now, we're scheduling free estimates on a first-come, first-served basis. Call us now, or if you want, call 2 other companies first, and then call Reliant Air Conditioning, and you'll see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437, or online at ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Our family had a savings account until our air conditioner needed replacing.
We had a vacation fund before our refrigerator had a meltdown.
My family has no savings and our water heater just quit.
Sadly, sometimes it only takes one home system or appliance breakdown to bust your budget. But buying a home warranty from American Home Shield protects more of your hard-earned money because they help pay your covered repairs for you. For valuable free information, go to ahs.com or call 1-800-600-5100.
Chesticle, testicle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see what I got here. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Is that there? No. Okay, that's no. Okay, hang on a second. Yeah. All right. Check 1, 2. That's strange. You guys get to hear me do a live promo. Off we go. All right, here we go. It's the National Day of Prayer. All of us who are religious will be enjoying an opportunity to stop whatever it is that we're doing, bow our heads, and thank the Lord for all that we've been given. But that leaves out a significant portion of the American people, specifically headed up by Ronald Reagan Jr., America's atheists. What are they going to do on the National Day of Prayer? Let's find out next time on the Wells Report. You go with that? No. It's the National Day of Prayer. And yes, everybody, it's the National Day of Prayer. And the religious will stop and spend a little bit of time praying and thanking the Lord for all of our wonderful benefits. Our bounty, our prosperity. What do we say? Bounty? Wonderful bounty. Okay, here we go. It's the National Day of Prayer, and those religious will be stopping at some point of their day and spending a little bit of time in prayer to the Lord, thanking. It's the National Day of Prayer, and many of the religious in the United States will be stopping what they're doing and thanking their Lord in prayer for whatever it is that they deem to be important enough to stop and pray for. This, however, leaves out a lot of people who will not be doing anything of the kind. That's right, the atheists. What will the atheists and agnostics do tomorrow during the National Day of Prayer? We'll talk about it next time on 660 AM The Answer. Next time on the Wells Report. How about that?
No. No, I want something funny. What are the sad, lonely atheists? I want you to make fun of them. They're ridiculous.
It's the National Day of Prayer, and all of us happy and fulfilled, prosperous, religious people will be stopping and thanking for all that wonderful bounty that the Lord has given us. But what about the sad, lonely, despondent atheists and agnostics? What will they be doing on the National Day of Prayer except feeling left out? We'll discuss it next time on the We'll discuss it next time on the Wells Report. Yes. Okay, here we go. Mark Davis, thanks very much for this opportunity to drop by the Wells Report and say hello. Coming up a little bit later on, we are going to spend some time talking about the National Day of Prayer. Today's the National Day of Prayer. Happy, fulfilled, prosperous, religious people will be stopping in their day-to-day life to give themselves a chance to thank the Lord for all of their wonderful bounty. But what will all the sad, lonely, despondent atheists and agnostics do? We'll talk about it next time on the Wells Report.
Toll free 1-888-465-8268. For
more information or to find a participating dealer, visit Kubota.com.
660 AM The Answer. 660 AMTheAnswer.com. The Wells Report is on 660 AM The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Hi. Hey, by the way, if you want to see us on video, you can do that now. We're on video again. We finally figured out how to get it all working. We are on video. And you can go to either of my Facebook pages, my personal page, which is JONDAVIDVOX, or you can go to the Wells Report page on Facebook, and you can find the linky that will bring you to where I am. And I've got my my safari jacket on, and you can see me looking extremely posh in my safari jacket because it's freezing cold in here. Mark Davis, man, you can hang meat in this place. I don't know what's he do. What's he afraid he's going to do? Rot? Speaking of rotting, Crane ISD is in West Texas. They've got a small high school there. There are about 300 high school students. And you know what? They're living their life, but they've got kind of a problem. You see, they have at the heart of their sex education program abstinence. Okay? And because of this policy, the Huffington Post has come up with a I was going to say advertisement, and it might as well be. The Huffington Post has come up with with an article talking about the Crane ISD and the problem that they have. The problem that they have is out of their 300 high school students, 20 of them have an STD. That's a little less than 10%. I should get a round of applause because I figured that out in my head right there. Thank you. Thank you. I figured that out in my head. Apparently, about 1 in 15 students at the school has contracted chlamydia. Yeah. The school offers a 3-day sexual education course once a year that emphasizes abstinence. Per the school's 2014-2015 handbook, Crane ISD does not offer a curriculum in human sexuality, but the handbook does lay out state-mandated stipulations should a curriculum be needed in the future. Present abstinence from sexual activity is the preferred choice of behavior in relationship to all sexual activity for unmarried persons of school age. Devote more attention to abstinence from sexual activity than to any other behavior. Emphasize that abstinence is the only method that is 100% effective in preventing pregnancy, sexually transmitted diseases, and the emotional trauma associated with either adolescent sexual activity. Direct adolescents to a standard of behavior in which abstinence from sexual activity before marriage is the most effective way to prevent pregnancy and sexually transmitted diseases. And if included in the content of the curriculum, teach contraception and condom use in terms of human sexuality instead of theoretically laboratory rates. Okay. There's a typo in the middle of that. In a conversation with San Antonio Express News, school superintendent Jim Rummage defended the abstinence-heavy course. It's not a bad thing because if kids are not having any sexual activity, they can't get this disease. It's not a bad program. Diana Martinez, a Crane ISD resident and parent, told News West 9 that her kids are too young for her to worry about it. Otherwise, she'd sit them down and have a talk. Honestly, this happens in any town. Parents need to be aware of the situation and make sure they tell their kids to be safe and practice safe sex. The school's health advisory committee met day before yesterday to discuss the outbreak and formulate a response, which we will present to the school board on May 19th. So the underlying thing on this Huffington Post ad, which is basically a lefty website, is that really you know, this abstinence only stuff is stupid. Yeah, that's what they're trying to get across. The only problem with all this is if they don't teach abstinence only, they're teaching that it's okay to have sex when you're in high school. So is it okay to have sex when you're in high school? Should we just start teaching that it's okay? 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. So the Huffington Post says, see? Abstinence only. You got a bunch of kids with STDs, huh? Huh? Abstinence only doesn't work. Well, yeah, it does. And what's the school to do otherwise? If you're going to, when was the last time you told a teenager, hey, if you're going to do X, Y, and Z, you need to also do A, B, and C. Isn't that like clear direction to a teenager to do A, B, and C? Yeah. I don't think it's up to the school to make it okay for kids to have sex in high school. That's what I think. I think that's a real serious mistake. And I think that to make fun of it is egging on bad behavior. But then again, that's what the Huffington Post does. They egg on bad behavior. But let's look at it from their point of view. Okay, so what they think is that you should tell kids that, hey, sex is okay. Here's how you do it. Here's what you should do. Here's what happens if you get pregnant. Blah, 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 blah. Should we do that instead? Is that the right thing to do? Hey, look, since you're going to have sex anyway, is that where we want to go? You know, that's what we're teaching our kids in a lot of different ways. It's true. Turn on any television. Twerking? Really? Anybody who says, you know, that's really bad for kids and so on and so forth, immediately shouted down as being just some old square fuddy-duddy. You are just not with it. Kids have been having sex in high school for all those years and blah, 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 and you did too. As a matter of fact, when I was thinking about this, I said to myself, you know, sex really was okay in high school. No, the simple case of the matter is that it's not the school's place to make it okay for kids to have sex in high school. It just isn't. It's a bad idea. It's wrong. So if you're going to teach sexual education in school, you need to absolutely make sure that you teach an abstinence course. To do otherwise is socially irresponsible. Socially irresponsible. Don't you think? 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. Don't you believe that's the right thing to do? When you get right down to it. Or should we just go ahead and say, you know, go for it. Go right ahead. Now, one of the things that the Huffington Post hasn't reported in this is that since schools have been teaching a lot of abstinence courses when it came to sexual education, teenage pregnancy rates are dramatically down. Dramatically. Not only that, But STD rates are also dramatically down. But this is how you cherry pick the news to pursue an agenda. This is why the Huffington Post is not a website we go to. We don't go to the Huffington Post for any of our news, except in this particular case, because they're taking shots at what a community wants to do. They're trying to shame them into doing something that they don't agree with. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. And they're making fun of these people. And it's wrong. Sex education belongs at home. That's it. It belongs at home. It doesn't belong in the schools. It's not, conjugal activity is not public. It's not public information. It doesn't belong in the courts. It doesn't belong in our government. It doesn't belong in our schools. Well, what about the poor kids who will never, ever learn? What about them? Instead of talking about how terrible everything is, because there might be, I don't know, 15 kids that don't get the word. In this particular case, 20 that don't get the word. Instead of worrying about that, why don't you tell parents to teach their kids? Why don't you provide parents? If you're going to shame somebody, stop shaming the school board guy. He's just trying to make a living. He's trying to do the right thing for every kid in the district. How about this? How about you send stuff to the parents? Hey, parents, this is good stuff. How about this? How about you sign this and say, hey, I went over this with my kid. How about that? You do it with other things. You want parents more involved in school right up until the point that they get involved in school. And then what you want to do is you want them to go home and leave you alone. Yeah, I've been there. I've done that too. No, here's what you do. You send that material to the parents. You've got their addresses. Send it to the parents. Strongly suggest, recommend that they go over this material with their kids. That's what you do. And you stop trying to be parents, because I'll tell you, you're lousy parents. You absolutely refuse to instill discipline in a place where kids have to show discipline. That makes you lousy parents. And it transmits right to the point where you expect them to also show lousy discipline when it comes to sex in high school. You are mandating bad behavior by virtue of the fact that you're not going to tell them what good behavior is, and you're going to make fun of people who do. Shame on you. Shame on you. It's pitiful. It's absolutely pitiful and awful. And that leads me to one last thing before we move on. I do not care how attractive somebody's sexuality is as a political issue. It's not a political issue. It has absolutely no place in the public discourse. Sexual activity is between two consenting adults in the privacy of their own home, or in private otherwise from their own home. That's it. We don't talk about it in the schools. We don't talk about it in government. We don't talk about it anywhere. It's not fit public discussion. It's not a political issue. That it has been a political issue, and that it has been so screwed up by this country for so many decades, again, leads us right back to the knowledge that if it becomes a political if it becomes a political issue, it will never be solved. It will always be manipulated for the sake of political effect, and it will hurt the country. Because politicians can't get their arms and hands around doing something good. They just want to do something political. Big difference. This is the Wells Report.
Hi, this is Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor. I'd like for you to join me on my talk show this weekend. What I do is teach people how to go the natural, organic route. I stir up trouble, too, because I throw out some things that a lot of people just don't think are correct. You know what? We have a lot of experience to back up what we recommend. Have healthier gardens and more fun gardening. Join me this and every weekend.
Join Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, every Sunday morning from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.
Hi, I'm John Hill, founder of the Good Contractors List. I get asked a lot if the Good Contractors List is like Angie's List. So I thought I'd take the time to do a comparison and let you decide. On the Good Contractors List, we actually meet every one of our contractors face-to-face and have an extensive screening process. On Angie's List, you can pay to read reviews. On the Good Contractors List, if issues arise with our contractors, we get physically involved and will come to your home if necessary. On Angie's List, you can pay to write a bad review. The Good Contractors List takes into consideration things like overhead and sales tactics when choosing our contractors. On Angie's List, you can pay to read reviews. If one of our contractors refuses to fix a problem, we investigate fully and pay up to $10,000 of our own money to get it fixed. On Angie's List, you can write a bad review and you're on your own. The Good Contractors List is absolutely free with a $10,000 guarantee. Reviews are good. Responsibility is better.
Good Contractors List.
Another hot Texas summer is upon us, and Mathis Air and Heat has a great offer for you right off the bat. With the American Standard All-Star Sales Event, Mathis Air is offering 100% financing and 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's 60 months on complete qualifying American Standard systems with approved credit or cash rebates. Mathis Air knows that's a home run, and with free estimates on equipment replacements, that's a grand slam. When it comes to service, call 972-279-4COOL for a $39 service call. Don't get thrown a curveball. Go with the company you can trust. As a certified customer care dealer, Mathis Air is about quality, honesty, and a great installation because that's what matters most. Special financing or rebates available on qualifying products. See Mathis Air and Heat, your independent American Standard dealer, for details. Or call 888-840-8084 for financing program details about credit costs. Offer expires June 30th, 2015. Make sure you're working with the best. Mathis Air and Heat. Call now, 972-279-4COOL. That's 972-279-4266.
In 2002, a National Sleep Foundation poll found that 63% of women experience symptoms of insomnia at least a few nights per week. In my opinion, a major reason for insomnia is the Blue Card. It's a shopping and loyalty card, and it's free. That's right, free. No charge, nada. Next, you can receive up to 5% cash back on purchases. Most cards only offer 2% at most. No wonder girls can't sleep. With the Blue Card, you can also get shopping points that you could use for online purchases. So it's cash back and shopping points. Am I keeping you awake? If you refer the Blue Card to someone, you could even earn money on their purchases. No, I'm serious. It's true. But it gets better. If you share the Blue Card with a merchant, you could earn on the purchases of everyone who uses the Blue Card at their store, too. There's no way you're going to get any sleep until you get your own free Blue Card. So call 800-685-7470 and order your free Blue Card so you can rest easy again. Call 800-685-7470.
People who can afford a LASIK procedure sure are lucky. Imagine being able to throw away your contacts and glasses. Imagine waking up tomorrow with 20/20 vision. Too bad everyone can't afford LASIK. Well, guess what? There's a company that agrees with you. The LASIK Vision Institute is now offering dramatically low prices on high-quality LASIK to make it affordable for everyone. That means you get the latest FDA-approved LASIK technology for a fraction of what others charge. And if you call right now, we'll schedule a free appointment so you can discover if LASIK is right for you. Results may vary. Call 1-800-700-1851. Even better, if you're one of the first 100 callers, ask about an extra 20% discount off our already low-cost services. We've already performed over 1 million procedures. Let us help you. Discover how you can get the quality LASIK experience you deserve at a fraction of what others charge. For your free appointment, call 1-800-700-1851. 1-800-700-1851.
Warning, whether you're retired or soon to be retired, listen up. Do not be caught in one or more of the 11 mistakes retirees make that could cost you all of your money. It doesn't matter how well off you are financially, you could make the easy mistake that washes away all of your financial security. Call Optimum Retirement Planning today at 866-882-5447 to make sure that you are not wasting your money. Call now and receive your free copy of the 11 biggest mistakes retirees make and how to avoid them. 866-882-5447.
660 AM, The Answer. If it's important to you, we're talking about it right now on the Wells Report on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Kind of some sad news today. Remember this song, You Sexy Thing, Hot Chocolates? Yeah, they did a bunch of songs. They had a bunch of big hits. This one, of course, everybody knows, You Sexy Thing at 660 AM, The Answer. This is the Wells Report.
I believe in miracles. Where you from? You sexy thing.
The guy on the lead vocal is Errol Brown. He did You Sexy Thing and Everyone's a Winner, another great song. Well, he died today of liver cancer. He died in the Bahamas with his wife and his daughters by his side. According to his manager, Phil Dale, he's going to be sadly missed by everybody who knew him. He was born in Kingston, Jamaica, moved to London, lived there as a child, and then hit it big with Hot Chocolate. The 70s and 80s were very kind to that band, which Brown formed with his friend Tony Wilson. They had a string of hits in Britain and a handful in America. Let's see. Mickey Most, who produced You Sexy Thing, which hit number 3 in the U.S., was later used in several movies, including The Full Monty. A remix hit the British charts in 1987, made the UK top 10 in 1997. Tom Tom Club, D-Light, and the UK band Clock covered their tunes. But it was a great, great song, and he was a great, great talent. Errol Brown, dead at 71. Gonna miss you, man. Thanks for everything you gave us. The executive producer of the Wells Report is Vicki Stiver. Technical director, conductor of the Wells Report Orchestra is Magic Matt Swinney. I'm Jon-David Wells. Thank you very much for joining us for this edition of the Wells Report.
If you're turning on the AC for the warm days of spring and it's just not working or not cooling the way it should, time to call Walker Air Conditioning. Hey, Mark Davis. My friends at Walker are a family business, but big enough to cover North Texas with reliable, honorable service for your AC units. No commission salesmen showing up. They're technicians sent to fix your problem at an affordable price. Oh, if it's time for a new unit, they've got all the best brands at all the best prices. But let Walker AC see what you need first with techs who know what they're doing from a company you can trust. 52 years in the business, stellar customer reviews, A+ from the Better Business Bureau, specialists in AC and refrigeration for homes and business. Got a wine cellar, a wine fridge? They'll fix yours or install a new one. Walker AC, making sure you are cool and comfortable. Walker Air Conditioning. Website is walkerac.com. That's walkerac.com. Phone number is 972-4-WALKER. 972-4-WALKER. walkerac.com.
Hi, folks. I'm Frank Manzeri, owner of Statewide Remodeling. You know, we've been getting some relief from what is usually the beginning of summer here in Texas. And right behind that, the temperature goes up, and so do your cooling bills. We manufacture our windows to beat the Texas heat. Our fiber core reinforced frames are 9 times stronger than other windows, and our glass has 27% more viewing area. We give you better than triple pane performance at a double pane price. Another thing that separates our window from all competitors is we can match our exterior frame to any color Sherwin-Williams offers. So no plain white windows here or 3 to 4 colors to choose from. And of course, we offer the longest warranty in the industry. It even covers glass breakage and workmanship for as long as you own your home. So if you're ready to see the window that sets the standard in Texas, give us a call. And if you decide it's the one for you, receive 20% off the complete job. The number to call is 888-270-7095. That's 888-270-7095. Or check us out online 24/7 at statewideremodeling.com.
If you live in Southlake, Grapevine, Colleyville, or any place in the mid-cities, here's good news. Good Feet, America's #1 arch support, is opening up a brand new Good Feet store at 2615 East Southlake Boulevard, just 2 blocks east of Town Square in Southlake. Mark Davis will join the grand opening celebration on Friday, May 8th from 12 noon to 1:30 p.m. Hey, if foot pain is holding you back, Good Feet can help. Come to Good Feet's grand opening of their new South Lake store on South Lake Boulevard, just 2 blocks east of Town Square in South Lake, or go to goodfeetdfw.com.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group. On the NASDAQ as SALM, KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Steve Rappaport. Twisters touching down in the nation's midsection. Dozens of homes destroyed, but no deaths reported.
Statistically, May is the busiest month for tornadoes. We're getting that from parts of Texas all the way up across